Hey guys, so this is my summer books, getting ready for summer because it's coming up soon. It is almost March. I think the day after tomorrow, it's March. And so I'm getting ready to go on spring break in about 3 or 4 weeks. I'm really excited, and so I will be taking a ton of books with me. Then after that, it's summer vacation, so I'll be reading a ton. And so I picked out a bunch of books over on my bookshelf that I really like, and I feel like I've read a lot of them more than once. One of them actually I've probably read 3 or 4 times. And so I tried to pick books that weren't heavy. I didn't pick like The Scarlet Letter because I don't know. If you haven't read that for school, don't be scared if you have to read it next year. I did have to read it, and I thought it was okay, but that's totally off topic. But I mean, it's topic of books, but whatever. So these are my books. Enjoy. Let's get started. Okay, my first book, this is Bleach Blondes. This is by Katherine Applegate. It is big. I think this is 500 pages. It's 600, 700 pages. It's really big, but you go by so fast. It's about this girl named Summer. She's from Minnesota. That's where I'm from. That's what made me pick out this book. I can't remember where I was. I think it was at Barnes & Noble or something. And I was like, I have to get this. She's from Minnesota. And she goes to the Keys, which, my dad loves the Keys. He loves it there. So I decided to read this. Don't be scared of, like, the girls in their bikinis. I'm sorry, my phone's ringing. We can ignore that. We'll let my sister get it. It's her friend. Sorry. We'll just let it ring. Pick up. Pick up. I was scared that would happen, too. I didn't want to have the phone there. But she goes down to the Keys, and she finds a little bit of love. She lives in her cousin's, like, boathouse. I don't know. It's really good. Really, really good. She befriends the people. She becomes a waitress. It's really good. It's a really good summer book. And there's a sequel called Tan Lines, and then there are 2 books in between. There's, like, because this one happens one summer, and then the next summer is when Tan Lines happens, and then in between there's Christmas break and spring break, which I think that's really cool how she did that. And what kind of happens over them. The shorter breaks, like spring break and Christmas break, are shorter. They're like 200 pages probably. They're not very long. I haven't read either of those, but I have read Tan Lines. I'm going to go get those books, actually, for this summer. It'll be good. Okay, my next book, this is Fairest. This is by Gail Carson Levine, I think is how you say her name. She's one of my favorite authors. I read this years ago. Literally, probably like years ago. Such a long time ago. I was pretty young when I read this. This book is about 300-something pages long. This is a really cool book. It's kind of set, a while back, as you can tell by her clothes. And let me read you the description because I can't explain it. But the fairy Lucinda has once again given a dreadful gift. This time it's a mysterious magical mirror. The gift is disastrous, and when it falls into the hands of Ozza, who never looks in a mirror if she can help it, in the kingdom of Iortha, Ozza is most definitely not the fairest of them all. Many spurn her. Many scoff at her. She keeps out of sight. But in a land of singers, Ozza has her own gift. One she's come by without fairy intervention. A voice that can do almost anything. A voice that captivates all who hear it. In Antio Castle, Merry Prince Ijori is drawn to it, and vain Queen Ivy wants to use it for her own ends. Queen Ivy would do anything to remain the fairest in the land. In this spellbinding tale filled with humor, adventure, romance, and song, Newbery Honor author Gail Carson Levine invites you to join Ozza as she discovers how exquisite she truly is. This is one of those books where once you get into it, you can't put it down. So I would definitely read that. The next one is a Nicholas Sparks book. I don't have the cover on. My mom took it. This is Safe Haven by Nicholas Sparks. If you haven't read his books, they're really good. He does write more romance novels. Not super romantic, like kisses, kisses. But this is really good. I'm not super far into it, but far enough where I can tell you what it's about. It's about this woman, and she kind of had a tough life when she was younger. And so she just kind of goes through it, and she somehow ends up in this rinky-dink little town, being a waitress. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. She doesn't really know how she got there, but it's kind of her fresh beginning. It's really sweet, I think. And she meets this guy, and he owns like one of the little general stores in the area. He used to be in the military, and it's really sweet, and they kind of fall in love, I guess. He has 2 kids. His wife had just recently died a couple years back, and it's really sweet. I would definitely recommend reading it. My mom says it's such a good book, she couldn't put it down. And so we'll see how I like it. I like it a lot so far. My dog is looking at me. Do you see him back there? Oh, he looked away. He looked away. He's just a little pillow back there. The next one is kind of an informational one. If you want to, get tips and stuff. It's the Lauren Conrad's book. It's called Style. It's really, really cute. It just has all these different style tips. It has like finding the perfect pair of jeans, shoes. Look at all those shoes. More shoes. It has purses. It even has like hair and makeup tips in the back. It has, there's her tweezing her eyebrows, I guess. Lipsticks and stuff. It's really adorable. I would definitely recommend this. This was a lot of, it wasn't a lot of money. It was a good use of money. I really love it. That's probably been one of my favorite books. I read it a lot. I feel like I've reread it. It has really good tips for traveling, how to travel, because I'm sure Lauren Conrad travels a lot for her job and stuff. But I love it. It's such a good book. Okay, my last book is actually more of a series, and it starts out with Bras and Broomsticks. Is that a cute name, Bras and Broomsticks? And it's about a girl, and she finds out her little sister's a witch. Not her. Her little sister. Wouldn't that suck? Like, your little sister's a witch, but you're not. Like, she gives you all these magical powers, and you can't. And so she lives in Manhattan, in New York. It's adorable. I really like it. And it's just kind of about her life, and it's really funny. And there's 3 more books. The next one is Frogs and French Kissing. I don't have that with me, so I can't show you. Then the next one is Spells and Sleeping Bags, and she goes to camp, and it's adorable. I love these books. And then the last one is Parties and Potions, where she plans like her Sweet 16, but witch-ish, because she finds out, I don't want to tell you, but she plans a party. And I don't want to spill the surprise, but you gotta read it. They're good. They're really good. I got the Bras and Broomsticks in like probably the 4th grade, and I didn't read it until a couple years ago. But I think it's good for almost any age. If you're a strong reader when you're younger, you could probably read it. It can get a little inappropriate. Like there's some lovey-dovey. Her and her boyfriend get a little lovey-dovey. But besides that, it's not too inappropriate. None of these books are too inappropriate. But those are my books that I really like to read. I hope you have a good, summer reading time. Have a good spring break. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.